Okay.
So,
now, I understand that the reason you took up EFT is because you had your own situation. Tell us a bit about what happened to you and that captured your attention to studying EFT and now sort of helping people, you know, here in Thailand.
Right. So about 3.5 years ago, I had been diagnosed with an illness called costochondritis. And it's basically an inflammation that connects the breastbone and the ribs. And I went to the hospital and got medication, and they said it would go away within a week. But it didn't. And I went again and again over the next couple of months, and nothing seemed to be helping. In fact, what happened is the pain just expanded all over my ribs and all over my back and my neck. So eventually they put me on a rib belt and a neck support, and I had cold packs and hot packs going on for a couple of months until they said bed rest indefinitely. They told me I had to go, and I had tried physiotherapy, I had tried, you know, different doctors, x-rays, everything. And nothing really seemed to be working for me. And then I got introduced by a friend to a seminar where they said everything's coming from your thoughts. And I was really desperate, although I didn't really understand how thoughts could create so much pain in my body, but I was desperate. And I had kids, and I didn't want to be stuck on the bed forever. So I was just open to trying anything that might work. And as I talked to this lady who was doing the seminar, she said, why don't you try EFT? And I had no clue what EFT was, and I Googled it, and I downloaded their free downloadable manual, and I started to use it, and instantly I could see shifts in my pain levels. Instantly I could manage my pain levels. I would notice, this one's really not hurting as much as it was a minute ago. And as I used it myself for a month, I had completely freed myself of, not only just freed myself of every pain in my body, but discovered this deep passion to,
Amazing.
you know, because when you're depending on the doctors to cure you, you know, and the doctor says they can't do anything, it's really, you can't turn to anybody else, and you think you're going to be stuck there forever. But the wonderful thing about EFT, and that's why I really love it, I think it's a people's tool. You can take it and you can use it. My kids are, you know, they've been using it since they were 5 and 6. They can get rid of their headaches, their stomach pains. It's a people's tool.
Now, at that time, if you had known Kun Dwangtip, what would you have, you know, advised her, suggested through Ayurveda?
Oh, that's an interesting question. You see, as I said, Ayurveda, we come back to assessment. First of all, I would do a thorough assessment with her. In a typical session, it would take about 60 to 90 minutes. You know, get to know her whole history. You know, her whole diet history, body type, what she, you know, what kind of food she'd been eating, or what kind of lifestyle she had been leading. And then after you come up with the assessment, I would classify her into one of the 3 body types, or metabolic types, as we call it in Ayurveda. And this is something we would do even in the retreat that we are going to organize shortly. So after getting an assessment, I would first of all fine-tune her diet to be in line with her metabolic type, because somewhere along the line, you see, some of the thought-related diseases or imbalances that develop get aggravated when we are not taking in the right energy from the food. You don't feel imbalanced, you don't get that energy from the nutrients, you see. So that would be the first thing, at least get the body in the healthy condition first. And then we would start working towards the emotional blocks or issues and, you know, bring her back into balance.
These two are very interesting healing modalities. Now, when you say that EFT is actually based on Chinese acupuncture, so in the session, do you have to use needles like acupuncture?
Oh, I forgot to mention. It's popularly called emotional acupuncture, but without needles. You're just using your own fingertips to tap. So you're stimulating the energy meridians using your fingertips.
How long are the tappings? How long do you have to tap yourself in each point?
Oh, it's just a couple of minutes, just enough to stimulate the meridian. You can't just tap twice and just leave it, because that's not enough, you know, to stimulate an energy meridian. So you tap like 5, 6 times at each point, just very lightly, not hurting yourself, and that's it.
Now, is Ayurveda popular around the world, including here in Asia and Thailand?
Interestingly, it is the system of healthcare practiced in India, the Indian subcontinent, for the past 5,000 years. Traditional Thai medicine extracts from is based on Ayurvedic principles. Chinese medicine has the same principles, Greek medicine has the same principles, and South American. So all the ancient civilization actually have the same universal principles of health. Now with the advent of modern technology and Western influence, I must say this knowledge was relegated for a long time to only the rural population. But now in the West, you see this has been a revival of holistic modalities, because many people have suffered long enough. They didn't get the treatments with modern medicine, and there are authors and doctors who are coming up with holistic treatments using Ayurvedic modality, Ayurvedic theories, applying it, getting results. So it's becoming very popular in America now, you know, in parts where you have these clinics, and doctors are using both Ayurveda and mainstream to complement each other. It's the wave is coming. You see, in this part of the world, you see a lot of books coming up, a lot of literature. Myself have authored a book, and it's becoming more and more popular, at least now in the urban sections of on this side of the world.
EFT too, popular in Thailand now?
I wouldn't say it's popular in Thailand. It's kind of it's well known in the big holistic, spas, but it's not that common in Thailand. But yeah, over the it's gained, considering that it's a really new 20-year-old technique, it's gained attention very quickly of people all over the world, and it's been endorsed by some really big names like Deepak Chopra, Jack Canfield, Bruce Lipton. They're doctors who've endorsed it. So, and it's being used in schools by therapists, by school counselors, by kids, by parents, just the general public. Because like I said, it's a people's tool. You can learn it and use it for the rest of your life and help, your friends, your colleagues, your parents, grandparents, just about anybody.
All right, interesting indeed. We'll now take a short break, and don't go away just yet, because when we come back, we'll find out more about a very interesting program that's coming up right here in Thailand, the REVA retreat in Hua Hin. Stay with us.